Yo, what up, guys? This is Randy back again here. This is my first live midweek analysis for 2024, and so basically what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to look at the past opportunities that we've had so far this week, and look at the potential opportunity for the remainder of the week. All right, so I've already marked up my charts here, and this bar here represents like beginning of the week. So this is Monday and this is we currently on Wednesday. All right, so I was looking at this area here as a potential area for a reversal. That's exactly what ended up happening, but then we had this funny move here, of which I'm going to get to. But as for now, let's focus on Monday. Okay, Monday, what did we have on Monday? On the H4 time frame, we can see that structure here was still like a bullish structure, right? So to me, this would be a breaker structure. Okay, that's a breaker structure right there. OP breaker structure, and this order block here is the candle responsible for this break, of which I'm not going to mark because it looks kind of too big, so it's pointless for me marking it here. I'm going to look at what we have on the 1 hour time frame. So let me go to 1 hour time frame. So on the 1 hour time frame, we had something a lot more clearer. Okay, so we had this candle here. Okay, it's a lot smaller, so to me this is the one I'm gonna mark. Okay, let me just arrange this real quick. Okay, so boom, we had a breaker structure. Okay, candle responsible for the break, and after that, what do? I'll place my Fibonacci from the low to the high. All right, Fibonacci from the low to the high, and then I usually place my buy limit order from the 72%. And then my target is always the 0 or the 27.20. All right, so you can be done here, but what I like to do is I like to go to the lower time frame to see if I could turn this 3R trade into like a 6 or a 7 or an 8 or a 9R. All right, so let's try to do that. So I like to go to the M15 and try to look at like structure. Once price gets to my point of interest, I like to look at structure in the lower time frame. And here, what did we have? Yes, we had something really clean, but unfortunately I did not take this trade because this trade happened at this entry happened at like 9 p.m. my time, so that's really like New York is just about to close, so I didn't really take this opportunity. All right, so in the lower time frame, what do we have here? Okay, let me do this. In the lower time frame, we had this breaker structure right there. Okay, so to me this is a breaker structure, but like it's not really clear. So let me go to the M5 after that breaker structure. Let's see if we could like get a much cleaner entry on the M5. All right, so yeah, so you see that. So in the M5, this is a breaker structure. All right, after the breaker structure, what do? I place my fib from the low to the high point. Okay, and then here I would have entered right here. All right, and stop loss just below here. Okay, so that's like a 2.8 pip stop loss, and my target would have been this high point. Okay, so when I turn this trade like this, the bigger trade, into a smaller trade with a larger R like this, now I'm not gonna go for like the final target. Like I'm just gonna go for the high point and I'm done. Okay, because like now this is turned to be a 10R trade. Okay, so the bigger trade, like the high time frame trade, was a 3.28R, but when you find entries in the internal structure, you can turn that into like a 10R, or if you want to go for like this final target here, like this trade becomes a 15R. So that's the opportunity number one. Now let's look at the second opportunity that we had. I think the second opportunity was a reversal trade actually. Okay, so let me go back. Let me do this real quick. I'm gonna try to be very quick on this video, guys. So let me just delete this to make the chart a little cleaner. Boom. All right, so now what I like to do is, this is how I count the trend, right? I count the trend trade. So this was a breaker structure, okay? BOC. Okay, this is the opportunity that we just looked at. Okay, so I'll just place my fib from the low to the high point. Okay, so you see here it hit my first target. Let me just say target 1. Okay, once that's done, what I'd like to do is I'll go to a lower time frame like M15 to look for like a cell structure, right? So clearly here, after price tapped the first target, market did this and then it dropped. Okay, so now I'm gonna go to the M5 to see if we had something very, very clean. Okay, yeah, and yeah, we had breaker structure here. Okay, breaker structure right there. Okay, and then what you do is you look for the candle responsible for the break, place your fib from the low high point to the low point, place my sell limit order on the 72%, stop loss just above the 100. And now, since we counter trend trading, I'm not going to go for the low point. Like, you need to be smart. It's like buyers are still in control of this price. Okay, so what you do is you place your fib from the low point to your high point, and you target the 72% zone. Easy like that. Okay, just like that. So now this trade is a 7.74 R trade. Okay, counter trend trade. All right, so that's opportunity number 2. So you can see, guys, like the risk to reward are large. Like, they are really, really large. Like, this is my strategy. This is what my strategy goes for. Like, we just go for like the larger risk to reward. I mean, if you go like if you try to trade internal structure, but if you trade the higher time frame structure, then your risk to reward is really small. But when you go inside, I hope you guys get that. But when you go inside, you actually get more out of the market. All right, so let me delete this real quick. Okay, I'll place the line again. Okay, so now to me, when price did that, to me now that was a breaker structure. Okay, I was waiting for a sell. Like, I'm not even gonna lie to you guys, I was waiting for a sell today, breaker structure. Okay, place my fib from the high point to the low point. I had my 72% zone here. Okay, 72% zone, and then I had this fair value gap here. Okay, FVG. Okay, so I was expecting price to get here and give you some sort of like structure, but it did not do that. And what price ended up doing is just breaking structure above like that. Okay, so this was invalid. Okay, so like now what are we looking at? We also need to be smart. Like, what am I looking at? What I'm looking at for this week, for the remaining of the week, sorry, is you can see that now we have this breaker structure right there. Okay, you have that breaker structure, and let me mark. Okay, and then this is my 72% fib level. Okay, so this is now my bigger structure for the week. So if price gets here, I'm gonna expect price to actually go to the top. But let's go see what's happening in the lower time frame. If it is like an opportunity, yes. You see now in the lower time frame, you can see that price is now selling. Okay, so it's selling. I'm gonna sell it, but I know that I'm gonna stop selling when price gets to the zone right here. Okay, so you clearly see that we had a breaker structure here. Okay, BOS. Okay, and then place my fib from the high to the low point there. This right here is my 72. This right here is my 72% zone. Okay, so now this officially, it makes this my range. Okay, this is my range. Okay, that's my range right there. Okay, already you see like the high time frame range is already like a 4.76, which is really, really good. Because like if I go now, if we go into the internal structure, I can turn this trade into like a 7R, 8 or 9R. Okay, so lower time frame right there. Okay, so now basically what I'm waiting for price to get to the zone. And once it gets to the zone, I'm gonna go to like the lower time frame. Okay, like M15 usually. M15, I'm gonna wait when price gets here in the M15. I'm gonna wait for an obvious sign of sellers. When sellers come, what I'm gonna do is I do the same thing that I do in the high time frame. Like when price gets here, I'm gonna wait for something like this. Okay, I'll wait for I'll wait for like a seller's presence. Okay, seller's presence. When that happens, what I'm going to do is I'm going to place my fib from the high to the low point, and then I'll place my sell limit like that. I'll place my stop loss there, and then I'll target that. Okay, so that now will be like an 8.12 hour trade. All right, guys, so that's pretty much it. We'll see what's going to happen by the end of the week. I'll keep you updated on Saturday. All right, guys, so this is basically it. You know, my strategy is really simple. It's no complicated stuff. Like I just like I've simplified my strategy. I don't need to look for more things. This is what makes me the money, and this is what I stick to. So guys, I hope you guys have a profitable remaining of your week, and I'll speak to you again on Saturday. Cheers.